Helen y
Steph.
welcome.
Hello, guys. En un mundo lleno de un montón de información, we wish to share truth with you as two bilingual latinas en Nueva York.
La mayoría de cosas que hablaremos serán basadas en nuestra experiencia, and we invite you to join us on this journey.
Come, friends. Let's go.
Vengan.
Bang, bang, bang.
Okay, today we're gonna do something fun for our next break. What are we doing?
We're going to compare los frases dominicanos y los palabras dominicanos con los palabras colombianas.
Yay!
Okay. Let's do it.
First word is, how do you say all good?
Tato.
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 Tato. We say todo bien. Todo bien.
Tutto bene.
Todo bien. Pero tato is like, it's funny. It's like, if we summarize things, you guys summarize down like,
And that's it, just tato. Like,
really
okay,
short.
Tato.
Tato. I like
Yeah.
it. Tato. Tato.
Tato.
Next word.
Cuando estornuda. ¿Qué significa eso?
Ok, yo lo digo. Next word. Cuando uno estornuda, when we sniff. ¿Cómo dices?
Sniff.
¡Achoo!
Ah, permiso.
Nosotros decimos disculpa.
Yeah.
So I think
like my bad. Like, oh, permiso.
Pero permiso, we use it like when you're gonna go through something, or you're gonna use cuando vas, like, voy a pasar entre dos personas, we say permiso, like I'm going through. And then I think it's funny that you use it for that.
We use it for both, actually. Yeah, we say permiso, I have to go somewhere, or like, permiso, dame permiso.
Yeah.
El próximo, dinero, ¿cómo se dice dinero en tu
Pues
país?
decimos plata o lucas.
Lucas.
Las lucas.
Decimos chele, decimos cuarto.
Los
cuartos. No tenemos cuarto hoy para McDonald's.
No decimos, búscate las lucas. ¿Dónde están las lucas? O la plata.
Yeah. Él no tiene cuarto, déjalo.
Y chele, ustedes dicen
Déjalo
chele.
en banda. O chele también.
La siguiente. Esta es funny because in every single country is different.
Yeah.
For example, for me, even in my country, never mind. So in my country we say pitillo for straw.
For straw decimos calimete. Y también decimos sorbete.
Sorbete caliente.
Sí.
No decimos pitillo. Y mi jefe dice que no le gusta esa porque suena como pipí. Never mind, we're not gonna say that.
It does, so that's why I was like, it sounds kind of weird.
It's not for us.
Okay,
Anyways,
good to know.
Next one.
Para niños pequeños, carajito.
Carajito.
My cousin uses that so much. Because she's a teacher and she teaches like second grade. So esto carajito me está volviendo loca.
Carajito. I think in Colombia, older people use carajito.
Mm-hmm.
And like, para regañar. Ese carajito. Eres un carajito.
So it's more like a negative connotation.
A little bit. And then, la que más usamos es peladito. Tengo que aclarar que las palabras son como las usamos en la costa. Porque en mi país lo dicen de muchas maneras en diferentes partes.
Right.
So, en la costa decimos peladito.
Peladito, eso significa como que él no tiene pelo.
I know.
Calvito.
Recuerdo que cada vez que te decían peladito o peladita, tú respondías, pelado con pelo.
To have a comeback. ¿Y cómo ustedes dicen bus? What's a bus?
El bus, le decimos, en mi ciudad nos comemos las palabras, el acento, entonces no decimos bus. Bus es como se lee, pero nosotros decimos bus. Voy a coger bus.
El bus.
El bus.
Nosotros decimos la guagua.
La guagua.
Trajimos la guagua hoy.
La guagua. Esa la escucho mucho en las canciones.
Sí, I was gonna say Juan Luis Guerra has a song que se llama La Guagua.
La guagua.
I love that song.
Me gusta esa palabra. Guagua.
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 Wagwan.
Es como cuando los niños estaban aprendiendo a decir agua. Agua,
Oh,
guagua,
yeah.
agua,
Wawa.
guagua.
That's true. That is true.
La siguiente es camisa. ¿Cómo dicen camisa?
This one is funny because it's like the English way of saying it, pero in Spanish. Poloche.
Poloche.
Qué bonito poloche tú tienes hoy.
Oh, like they're saying polo.
They're trying to say polo shirt,
polo shirt.
pero dicen poloche.
Poloche. Un poloche. Nosotros decimos camiseta. Camiseta.
Camiseta. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, that's the proper way technically.
¿Cómo dices un poquito? A little bit.
Un chin.
Un
Dame
chin.
Un chin de
I
ese.
like that one.
Un chin.
Un chin. Un chin.
Solo un chin. Solo quiero un chin. Dame un chin.
Nosotros decimos un 16. Ey, dame un 16 de tal cosa.
Like what?
No sé. Un 16. No, me pasé por un 16. Por un poquito.
That's so unique.
Yeah, I was asking my roommate and he told me que es como la medida más pequeña de algo. Como tú dices, a half, a quarter,
Oh,
un octavo y un 16.
Like a metric unit. Like a
Yeah,
unit.
so you go half, quarter,
Oh.
un octavo, and then 16.
Oh, that's true.
So
yeah.
16 is the
The
smallest.
smallest.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
O
that's
sea,
dope.
dame un 16.
That's dope.
Well, that's what we think it is. Maybe it's not like.
No,
But
well,
everybody says that. Un 16.
mhm.
So it makes sense, right?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Mhm.
El próximo. Amigo, tu amiga.
Let's see. Vale mía.
Really?
Hey, vale mía. Ese es vale mía. Mi vale mía.
Vale mía. Like
Vale mía.
mine type of thing, right?
Mi amigo, vale mía.
Nosotros decimos pana.
Pana.
Pero pana también para... No cambiamos el like the O for pan, like male or female. Es pana for male and female.
Vale mía también.
Oye, pana,
Vale mía.
somos pana.
Sí.
Pana, ¿qué es lo que?
Pana, ok.
Ok, lo que es un...
Esta es como de la tienda de la esquina, the corner store. We say la tienda de la esquina.
Ajá,
How do you say?
nosotros decimos colmado.
Colmado.
Sí, pero eso solo en la República. Because here, like, we'll say bodega. You know? So that one's more, like, specific to where you are, like, if you're in DR.
Aquí no lo puedes decir.
No.
No
Solo-
hay colmados aquí.
No, it's weird.
Acá hay bodegas.
Aquí hay
Los
bodega.
colmados están ahí.
Ajá, exacto.
That's funny.
Wait, what are the common ones we have?
Oh yeah. So this one is like. So the thing with this one, the next one is vaina. We have that in common.
Yeah.
But you just say it in the coast in my country. You don't
Oh,
say.
they don't...
Entonces, vaina. La vaina esa. Qué vaina.
Qué vaina.
I feel like it's more like correct me, like si me estoy equivocando, but I think it's on the coast. So something that I've noticed, like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico y como las islas del Caribe y Barranquilla, mi ciudad, que está en el mar Caribe.
Ajá.
We have so much in common
Yes.
in the accent, the words,
Yeah.
and the way that we are. Entonces yo siento que tiene que ver un poquito con el pasado, como fuimos colonizados por los mismos y
Yes.
se hacía mucho trading de comida, slaves, everything en el Caribe era como en ese mar Caribe. So we kind of get the same from the past.
Y también el lugar. We're all by the water.
By
We
the
all
water.
are like, you know, it's really hot where we are. So I think that also adds to that
Yeah.
too.
So I like that. Another one.
Bacano.
Bacano.
Bacano y chévere.
Bacano.
Qué chévere. Yeah.
Yeah, we have those in common. En hartura.
Ay, tengo una hartura.
Tengo una
Ay.
hartura. Cuando te llenan de comida. I'm full.
That was last night. It was so good. Tengo una hartura.
I had to give some of my food away. I was like, I couldn't finish. Crazy.
So full.
Y bobo. Un bobo.
Si
Eres
te llaman bobo, that's not good.
Eres un bobo.
No,
¿Qué
I'm
bobo?
not.
O boba.
O boba también.
Boba para mujer, bobo para.
It's like dummy.
Ajá.
And it's not really like, it's not that literal, like, oh, you're dumb. But it's like, no sea boba. Like, wake up.
Wake up.
You know?
So today, guys, we want to share with you something that we've been reading on this book, and it's as the title says,
falling apart or falling into place.
Yeah, so this book called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way That You Think. Let me put it closer.
Yeah.
So
it's a pretty popular book. We
Yeah.
just wanted to like specify on like 1 or 2 essays, I believe. So we're gonna get into that today.
Yeah, and it's gonna help us a lot. Mostly when you like find yourself like with this word purpose, like trying to find a purpose, trying to find like who you are. So we were not gonna kind of get like a little bit into that with
Yes.
with the things that we found on this book. I want to start sharing this part. Like I'm gonna read a few parts, and then we can go from there. So something that I found really interesting is this. I'm reading now. You might believe that creating the best life is simply a matter of deciding what you want and then pursuing it. However, in reality, your brain is psychologically incapable of accurately predicting what will truly make you happy. So, this says basically don't put the say that.
It's basically trying to say that like your brain is not able to paint a future picture of something that it hasn't experienced yet, or you haven't done it yourself or seen it yourself. So it's not able to like, the only way it can like you can set a goal or like visualize yourself a certain way is basically with things that happened to you in the past.
Yeah. So that's what happened with our brains. So whatever you're trying to like imagine in the future, like, oh, I'm gonna do this because this is what is gonna make me happy. That's an error. Like that's not possible because your brain wants things that already knows.
Yes.
So if something made you happy in the past, your brain's gonna send you like, oh, remember when you got this title and then you were so happy? You should keep doing the same because this is gonna make you happy, and that's no, it's a no. So when things don't unfold as expected, cuando te pusiste una meta, you set a goal because that's what you believe is gonna make you happy, and it doesn't come in that way, and that doesn't happen, you're disappointing yourself.
Yeah.
Because oh, this was supposed to make me happy. I was supposed to do this, and it's not happening. Then you're hurting yourself because you're setting expectations. Expectations are like the worst enemy, I believe.
Yeah. Especially if something hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So it's like our brain signifies something that's unfamiliar as automatically like bad.
Yeah. Exactly. So exactly. Instead of you seeing it as something, oh, I created something new, something different, you're seeing it like, oh no, this didn't come as I wanted or I'm used to. And no, it's just something new, something different. But your brain is like used to the past. So we kind of trying to like flip the switch.
Exactly. We're trying to, with this message today, like give you guys tools on how to kind of alter your mentality and just see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So in continuation, we want to go into certain feelings that may be uncomfortable, but in fact, they show us that you're on the right path.
Yeah.
So like we said, like unfortunately, sometimes we confuse disappointment or discomfort for unhappiness. And one of those specific examples is when you feel like lost or directionless, and raise your hand if you felt that at least once in your life, right? So I think when we feel this way, either something life-changing just happened and it makes us kind of reflect on like where we are in life. So I actually had a devotional this morning that was talking about this in detail, and it's in Hebrews 11:1-8. So I'm just gonna go there really quickly on the app. So yeah, so the first verse says, faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot see. And then when you jump down to 8, it said it was by faith that Abraham obeyed when God called him to leave home and go to another land that God would give him as his inheritance. He went without knowing where he was going. And going back to like, putting this into perspective now, like the unfamiliar often, like, we're like hesitant, right? Because we don't know what to expect, so we're automatically like, I don't know if I should do this, or make this decision or whatever.
I want to say something like, we're always trying to find like the correct decision.
Yeah, but like, what is correct?
I'm gonna tell you right now, the correct decision doesn't exist. Take a decision and make it the correct one, make it the best one, right?
You have the power, you hold the power. Yeah. So have you ever sensed that God was calling you to take an action that felt like difficult or like hard to do, and like what happened?
Yeah, so it's so crazy. So when I finished my program as an au pair, I in my mind I have two choices that I made myself, like I have to do this or this. And then I see it not like God was calling me. God was like, at the moment I didn't see it like that, right? But like God was telling me like, whichever path you choose, I'm gonna be there with you. Because again, I feel like there is no correct decision or correct path. Whatever you choose, you make it. So what happened to me yesterday actually, I downloaded Duolingo again because I want to learn a new language. And I'm gonna tell you, maybe in the future I'll tell you if things go well with the language. Right now, no. And then, but when you open it, it opens with the last language that you were learning. And I was learning Dutch, German. And then one of my friends saw that I was back, and then he said me like, congratulations in your Dutch, like coming back to Dutch. And then I saw him, and he was like, yeah, I saw like the German, like why are you learning German? I was like, no, that was like a year ago. I just switched, and now I'm learning this new language. And he was like, why were you learning German? I was like, well, when I was finishing au pair, you have to leave the country. Wow. Because you don't have a visa or apply for a new visa.
Yeah.
So I was like between staying in the States, apply for a visa, or going to Germany and being
Why Germany?
Because you can be an au pair there.
Oh, okay. They have that program there as well. Got it.
Yeah, and so I was like, why don't I try like going to Europe? It sounds kind of easier than here, like with the visa and stuff. It's really hard to stay here. I'm just like, a story for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the thing, like, okay, coming back to the story, and then I told him like, yeah, I was between these two decisions, and I took the decision of staying here. And he was like, how do you feel it was the right choice? And I was like, I don't know, like I made it the right choice. I made it the right choice.
You made it.
It's like whatever had happened, like nothing has been like color rosa. No todo ha sido perfecto, but like I'm working on it. I'm working through it, and I'm making it good.
I like that.
Good and bad. I'm taking
whatever comes. Yeah. Yeah, similar to you, I kind of had the decision after years of like feeling that this wasn't what was meant for me. Like maybe like 2 to 3 years, it was something that was heavy on my heart. Like I loved teaching, and I still do. I think it's something that never leaves you. Like I always say, like, once a teacher, always a teacher, right? But because of these feelings that were just like reoccurring, like they kept popping up, I finally made the decision this past summer to leave. And it had great benefits. I had great insurance. Like everything was good. I had a pension. Like, working for the city, there's a lot of good things, but I just had this like inclining, like to like that something else was out there for me. And I believe that, God doesn't put you in a box where he's like, this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. That's not, I don't think that's biblical. That isn't. But anyways, so he gives us these gifts and we should use them, right, to serve. And I felt like I can serve with this feeling of like an interest rather like of doing tech, specifically like web design and things like that. So that's where I'm at right now, and it was definitely literally like a leap of faith because I had some savings. I didn't just jump right in with nothing. Let's be real. But I was I was prepared, but I was not prepared to the fact where like, oh, I have a job lined up. And for our parents and like people older and older generations, they look at you crazy. And like my mom, I had my older cousin called me. She was just like, how could you? Like, are you crazy? Literally, like, ¿tú estás loca? Like, algo te pasó? Like, are you okay? And I get where she was coming from because I have, I had a transplant. So like insurance is a big deal. Like I need to make sure like all my medications are good, which makes sense. I know. But thankfully, like we have Medicaid here. So we do have options. Like I thought of all these things, it wasn't just like, anyway, I didn't just jump blindly. But that's why I brought up the Hebrews, because in that chapter 11, it tells you about all of the important people in the Bible and how they just moved with faith. Abraham, he just moved with faith, right? Noah, when he told him to make the ark, that was faith. So I think that's super important to like know that God will be with you with all these difficult decisions and not rely so much on what people say. Even if it's your parents, like I know they have the best interest in you, but know that God will help you figure it out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like what you did was like a leap of faith, like leaving that secure job.
Yeah.
Also for me, like staying here, like not knowing what was for me, not having a job, a place to stay. And God, like He's amazing. Like the way that He's working through you, the way that He worked through me, and where I'm right now. Like we already talked about this on our testimonies episode, so you can go watch it.
Yes.
But like it's amazing. Like whatever you do, you have to have faith. And okay, I wanna ask really quick something that like always come to our mind. Like when you are having those thoughts, like I have to change my career. Like even though you have all these benefits, like how are you feeling? Like when those type of thoughts, like I'm not comfortable here.
Well, I definitely felt guilty for a long time because it's a job of service. So you are serving the community. You are, being a good example to children. You're teaching children. So I was like, damn, like, I don't know if what I'm feeling is right. Like, is it coming from the enemy? Like, is this the right thing to do? Like, And so I was battling with that for like I said, like 2 to 3 years. Like this was something that took me a long time to finally do. So yeah, there was guilt there for sure, because also like we are given that example that when you start something, you have to finish it. And I did the schooling. I did the best I could, and I was a great teacher, but there was just still something that was still missing. So
yeah, same for me. Like I came here, I didn't finish my career, and my mom was like, "Why are you finished?" Like I already said why I didn't finish and came here. But now in the present, people keep asking me like, "When are you gonna finish the career?" And I'm like, like I actually took the decision that that's not for me anymore. And at the beginning, I felt guilty too. It's like that was my dream job, that was my dream, but like in the present, that's not me anymore. And I know you feel the same way.
yes,
I don't belong there anymore, and I shouldn't. So my point is, you shouldn't feel guilty to have those feelings, because they're showing you something. They driving you somewhere, and then you have to follow, because if you feel uncomfortable, you have to listen.
it means something. Tap into it, definitely.
Okay. Another uncomfortable feeling that is okay to have is having the intense necessity of being alone, of being by yourself. When you like need to disconnect from people, when listening to their problems make you feel like overwhelmed, and you just want to be alone. You don't want to like switch it off and not talking to nobody. That's a good feeling, because that means that your brain is recalibrating.
Ooh, I like that word.
Is that how you say
Recalibrating. Yeah, recalibrating.
Recalibrating.
It reminds me of hibernating, because like when animals go away and like go to sleep, or like they either make, they make a little habitat for themselves under stuff. they're like saving their energy, right? But like I wonder, like I know why they no. Yeah, I know why they do it, but I don't know like what would happen if they didn't hibernate.
If they don't hibernate, they're going to die. They're not going to survive. So they need that time. They need to save energy, food to survive this long period of time where they're not gonna be able to survive. It's gonna be really cold. There's not gonna be food available. So like matching that with what we're saying, I feel like it's like you need that time to be able to survive in society, to be able to survive in the next step that is coming. Yes. Because you need to take time for yourself, rest.
Right.
What else?
Nothing. I think also just when you're spending time alone, you're kind of like you're able to reflect on what you want to change and what you want to, like how you want to become your best self. I feel like every time we hit a certain age, I feel like that always happens. Like, oh, 25 is going to be the year for me. 30, I have to have this, that done by when I'm 30. But I feel like when we're able to be alone, like we're able to accept things that are a part of ourselves, but still be able to like work on what we want to see happen.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Another one that made me uncomfortable, and this is something that I really go through to this day, to be honest, is like when you feel that your worst enemy is your thoughts. And I feel like they really do hold so much weight in how we act. And they're an experience, because if you have a negative thought, that can translate into like having a bad day, you know? So it's important to like over time, and like this, like I've mentioned before, like therapy is such a good tool if you're able to do this, because overthinking can really like, you're not present when you overthink. You're constantly either in the past, or you're thinking about the future. So you're not able to enjoy what you have, what God has given you, you know, the beautiful day that's outside, you know, little things like that. So I feel like sometimes when you get to a point where you're like fed up, that's when you realize like, okay, I have to do something about this.
Oh, let go.
And doing something about it is letting go. Exactly.
And more important when things you have no control over.
Exactly.
If you feel like I have no control, let go. Déjalo ir.
Yeah, it's not for you right now. So taking control of it is literally not acting on it, and being aware of it, because when you have those thoughts, you do have to be aware of them, or else they'll control you.
They will absorb you.
Exactly. So just tap into that. And again, this is something that takes time. I'm still working through this. But it's important to just know when it happens.
Yeah. Okay, like talking about that, and also about what I said, like being alone. I mean, what we said about being alone, to take that time for yourself. You have to realize that you are the only person in control of your life. And it's hard to see, like sometimes we expect the help coming from somebody else.
That's a good one.
And it's like, no, not even from God, because He's gonna give you. That's the way that I think about God. It's like a little bit new. Okay, pausa aquí. ¿Recuerdas que el pastor estaba diciendo que God is not in control de todo? I feel like ese es un pensamiento revolucionario. That no everybody's ready for it.
That was some when I heard him say that, I was like, oh my God. It was like mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like it unlocked a door that was closed and needed to be opened.
And for me, I feel like something connected inside me, because I feel like that, and I was like, why am I wrong for thinking like this? Like God is not gonna do anything for you. So I'm not sure if we should talk about this here, because nobody is ready for that.
I think we should.
Okay.
If they're not ready, then they just won't receive it. But somebody who is ready will receive it.
Yeah. So okay. Realizing that you are the person in charge of yourself, because not even God, like He's not gonna hold you in His back and walk you around and take you to your job, and then no. He's gonna give you. He's gonna open doors. He's gonna close doors. He's gonna give you the strength. If you pray, of course,
you have to ask. Yeah.
If you want his company, he's gonna be right next to you. But he's not gonna move your fingers on the computer. He's not gonna do anything for you. He's gonna be with you, opening doors. I already told you that, like, but your body and your thoughts, you have to move yourself. You have to, like, be aware that whatever happens in your life is because you're taking it and you're making action on it, right? And then we were talking, like, your cousin told you, like, oh no, estás loca, ¿cómo se te ocurre? Yeah. I had the same, like, my mom was like, why? Like, why are you staying? Why are you moving? Why are you doing this? Like, why? It's like, don't listen to them because they're not the ones living your life.
Right.
You are the one living this. God, help me, guide me through it, stay by my side, because I'm gonna take this decision, because I'm gonna take this job. God, stay next to me because I'm leaving this job. And I don't know, like, I have faith in you that something is coming and then you're gonna open doors. But, like, right now, I need to move myself and I need to, like, stop listening to other people that they're doing whatever they want with their lives.
Yeah. You're the one living it. Exactly. Amen.
Yeah.
And this is one, again, like, this depends on the person. And I think sometimes some of us have an intense desire to speak up for themselves. So, like, again, this isn't a comfortable feeling for some people, but it means a good thing. It means that you're realizing that there's certain times where you may not advocate for yourself when you should have, you know? And it goes back to overthinking. You can still kind of replay it in your head, but, like, don't let it stay there. There's always ways to kind of, like, so for example, I used to get really mad at myself when something happened and someone, like, said something that wasn't nice, or, like, you know, they attacked my character, and I would get mad because I just wouldn't, like, say what I wanted to say for many reasons. But, like, I've learned to accept that it's a process that, one, you have to ask God to come into, because there's probably certain values or certain characteristics that you don't have fully yet, but they're there. Like, they're there if you need them, if you want them, you can take them. So I think
you have to train them.
Yeah, you have to kind of train them, train yourself, and that goes back to that alone time, and practice with your friends, practice with people that you love and you care about, and who, you know, don't do those things that people, you know, that mean people or whatever, people take advantage. Practice it with people that don't do those things, and, like, you know, it helps you kind of remove that shell that you may have.
Yeah. It's funny because are you gonna say something? Okay. It's funny because I think for me, I don't want to say I've been doing it for too much, but, like, I speak for myself too much. It's like I feel like people get annoyed, like, oh, is she coming again? For example, in the roommate situationship, I can never shut up about anything. I cannot, because when you let something slide, more things come.
It adds on, correct.
And then I know that happens when you don't say anything.
It does.
It's like, and I've been in the past like that, like accumulating things. So I'm not doing that anymore. So now I'm extra, and it's like some people are not gonna like it, but, like, I have to speak for myself.
You do.
I have to, like, have the environment that I want to. And it's just an example, like, living with roommates, but, like, in every aspect of my life, it's like I'm trying to do it as soon as I can.
Yeah, that's the key. It has to be right away, right after it happens. Like, if you need time, and that's the thing, if you need time to, like, practice or, like, write it down, because that helps me too. I write things down, so that in the moment when I need to say something, I can, you know, refer back to it, because that's what happens. Sometimes you get so into what you're about to say, you kind of, you know, you may forget, or, like, you're just so into your emotions and you're like nervous and you're like, oh God, I don't know if I want to say this. So like just like read it, like whatever, who cares?
Yeah. So yeah, like we're saying, like all of the feelings that we mentioned, they're totally fine. It's totally okay to feel like that. Don't feel it like you're a negative person. No, I see it like being realistic. It is okay to have different feelings. No, everything is happiness and joy and smile. You need quiet time. You need serious time for yourself. You need your face to rest, your body to rest, your thought to rest. You need a long time, and you need to try to figure out what's going on. No, like, oh, this is bad. Just gonna avoid these feelings. No, why are these feelings coming to you? And then for us, the answer is like something's better is coming. We know something better is coming. We are growing, right?
Yep.
Let's give this like a little bit more like bright perspective, and then talk a little bit about like signs. Like we're gonna mention a few things that are gonna show you that you are better than you think you are. You're doing better than you think you are. We are doing better than we think you are. And I feel like the first one is having a job. We're like so used to going like to our 9 to 5. There's like, so we're no, you're so lucky. You know how many people is coming today, yesterday, to this country and try to find like a new life, and we already have a life here.
Yeah.
You have a job.
And whatever the job is, it's something. You're getting some kind of income. It could be a part-time. It could be, you know, a delivery person. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's a job.
It is.
You know?
You're paying your bills. Like, it's giving you the food. Another thing that is going to show you that you're better than you think is you enjoy something. Little things. Like, you get home, you sit in the couch, in your bed, and you're watching Netflix. Like,
as simple as that.
It's like that's your, if you see it like a reward, it is a reward. If you go after your job and then it's your favorite bubble tea and you get it, you're doing good. You can afford it is. You can afford this little thing that makes you feel better. You can afford the subway. You can afford the gas that you put in the car, the bubble tea, the coffee. Like
Copy.
These small things are showing that you actually doing better than you think. They're small, but they're big because they make you feel comfortable. They make you feel like independent, and that you can do so many things. Okay. Another one is you are a totally different person than a year ago or 2 years ago.
I love that one. That's my favorite one.
Right? And then I love it. I like to look at pictures of myself in the past or trying to remember me a year ago and like, wow, I am doing better. Like, mentally go back. And like today's look, it's November. Go back November 2022 and see where were you, who was around you, what were you doing, what job do you have, are you still in the same job?
Oh my gosh. Good. So many things have changed in a year for me.
Right. So you are actually doing better. And also, talking about the past, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, if you can tell them we made it, like, wow, that's so rewarding. Like, talking to that Helen.
Oh my gosh.
Before coming here, it's like, I want to cry. It's like, oh no.
It's beautiful. No, it is. I mean, a year ago, I was super sick. And I'm no longer sick. I was in a job that I didn't like anymore, and I'm not.
You made it.
I made it. We survived, literally.
We survived. We did it. So talk to your younger self, like, go back and like, you did it. Like, you're doing better now.
Amen. Continuing that, you have a space of your own. And this doesn't just have to do with like you live on your own or, you know, you have your own place. This could be like a little space, a little corner, your favorite like place to go in your apartment or your house. You know, for me, I have a little desk corner The light comes in, and it's my little space. I get to do my thing there. You've lost relationships. This is a big one because I think a lot of people can see this negatively, like, oh, I lost this person, oh, everybody's leaving me. No, it's purposeful. That's intentional. God is doing that for a reason.
Yeah.
So that's something that we can both relate to.
I do relate a lot of that. And then we were talking about this also, say like before losing of those people, I used to have like a lot of like, oh, this person is making me feel like this person this, and it was a constant of negative thoughts in my mind because of another person.
Yeah.
Once those people they left, it's more quiet in here. It's crazy how quiet it is, because these people they're like te están hundiendo. Por una razón ya no están, like, go back and think like how was it before, and it's like I'm doing better without them, so I now understand the purpose.
Christina's gone.
Christina's
gone. So also you're interested in something, whether it's how to live a happier life, maintaining relationships, reading, movies. So whatever you're interested in, that's cool. Like, that's nice that you have something that you have passion over, and it doesn't have to be something big. Like, it can literally be like, I like taking walks and I like hearing the leaves crunch on my feet, or like I like movie dates. I like specific novels. Like, for me, I love historical romance. That's my thing right now. So celebrate that. And knowing how to take care of yourself, like, that sounds minimal, but it's a big deal. Like that, some people don't know how to do their own laundry. Like, come on now. But like, celebrate those things. You know how to cook yourself a meal. You know how to clean a house. Like, those little things are important because it shows that, like, you're doing these things for a peaceful mind, for like what is it? What's that saying? For a peace of mind. Right? Peace of mind. Yeah. Another sign that you're doing better. You're setting goals, or you're working toward a goal. Even if you're tired, even if you go to sleep late, like, this is something that we have a passion for, and like, we both have a lot of things to do, but we're still going to get up and do these things and stay up late if we have to, because we know it's something that is important to us. Another one is that you're not, like, with those goals that you may set, if they don't happen, you're not like angry. You're not compromising your peace, and you're not compromising your peace for that goal if you don't get there.
Yeah, we've been saying it, take good and bad. Take it. If it doesn't work, it's for a reason.
And whatever situation you are in, make it good, make it ideal. And it goes back to those little things, like, make those important and celebrate them, because some people don't have half of the things that you've been given.
Yeah. So yeah, like, we're talking about these goals, and we wanna be more like not negative, but more like realistic. So we wanna show you So we wanna talk a little bit about like setting goals that are more about enjoying what you have than getting new things. Or changing, or no, like, whatever you have, let's make it let's make it better.
Because, like, so for example, the new year, right? Every new year we set all these resolutions. There's like 10 resolutions. I want to travel here. I want to be this I want to, like, learn this by this set date. Not saying that it's not good to do that. It's amazing that you are visualizing these things that you want to work towards. But what about those things that you already have? What about those skills that you've started, maybe you haven't finished? Like, think about those things. Think about, the little corner that you have. Let's elevate it. Let's decorate a little bit more. Let's add some plants. Like, things like that. Like, it's going to help you be more content with your present state.
Yeah. I want to add something about that. It's like, what are you waiting for? It's like,
what you waiting?
So you were talking about the little corner. I was like,
you just did that.
Yeah, and
It's so cute.
yes, and I was like, I don't know why I waited so long. I waited a long year to set a place that I was comfortable with, and I was like, why? Like I have this stuff, or making like my desk and putting these things in certain way about my style, things like that. We don't have those type of stuff, and I like it took me a year to do it, and I was like, in 1 week, I'm like, I'm going to do it now.
Just say
I
it
got
and do
the
it.
desk, I got the things, and it's like it took me literally 1 or 2 weeks, and I'm feeling so happy because like the way that I feel when I sit at my desk is way better than the way that I used to do things in it. Like working on my computer was totally like bad.
It didn't feel good, like as
Yeah.
good as it does now.
Yeah. And it looks something small, like a desk and
Yeah.
decorations. And no, it was huge. It was a huge change inside of me.
Yes.
Right?
Celebrate those little things.
So yeah. So talking about setting goals with things that we already have. Pick up where you left. Like it took me a year. I picked her up and I finished, and I'm feeling so like rewarded. And I was like, what is this I'm feeling? So revisit those old projects. Try other routes. Try new things like the hike that you do. Do a new one. Go to a different place. And also I wanna add here like talking about people. Apologize. Apologize and mean it. Like whatever that relationship you left it, no matter who was the one, like no, no es mi culpa, fue tu culpa. It doesn't matter anymore. You take the step, and that doesn't mean that that person is gonna come back to you, but you're like closing that chapter, and then call those old friends. Like
That's a hard one for me.
even with people that you don't have any problem or you don't have to say sorry. But they were your friends, like call them and like, hey, let's catch up. Like, what's going on, right?
Maybe.
What do you mean? Just try
No,
it.
yeah. I don't know if yeah, okay. I'll let you guys know how that goes.
Okay.
Espérate. So following that, I think also when it comes to our friends, we should try to seek ones that we already have and build on that relationship instead of kind of going back. Because it would be nice to do that. It would be nice to go back to those old friends, I guess, depending on how strong that relationship was, to try to like mend that and close that chapter. But moving in a different direction, like the ones that you do have, the ones that put in that effort, the ones that make you a better person, whether it's spiritually, financially, even, put effort into those relationships too, and accept them for who they are instead of kind of like, oh, they're good, but like I wish they did this. I wish like, oh, you're going online, for example, social media, and you see like, oh, this friend bought her friend all these roses or all this like all these things, like you should, like, it's not healthy. It's just not healthy to do those things because you're putting all these expectations on people, and that you're hurting yourself when you do that. It's just not necessary to
And
have
you
these
also,
expectations.
and you're also hurting the relationship.
Yeah, eres tu culpa for feeling that way. Nobody owes you anything.
Expectations are for me are like the worst enemy. They used to make me, get mad at people. They used to like, I will like, you're supposed to do this. No, nobody owns you anything. Nobody's supposed to do anything for you. No.
Right.
No. And also, that's not like an excuse to treat people poorly. Like, oh,
Right.
like, so the thing that I would like to see is like, they're not supposed to do anything for me, but I'm also not supposed, like, I don't have to do that. Like, if you feel like doing it and it's your friend and you spend a lot of time and it's a birthday coming, like, don't be, like, we already talked about friendships, like, be a good friend. Like, give the best of yourself to that person.
Whatever you can give it.
Yeah, but don't expect anything in exchange.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, so for my birthday she's gonna do this. No.
Yeah, that's really unrealistic.
I feel like company is like, it's enough. For
Your
me,
presence
comfort.
is a present.
There you go.
Presence is a present.
Let's go.
And I like this one. This was one of my favorites, but and I actually want to do this more, but I say it out loud. I like to thank God for being able to move my body and use my body. So if you're able to do this every morning to just like thank God, or even write it down if that's something that you do, and just be gracious for every little thing. Be gracious for breathing, walking, thinking, smelling, like everything. Because some people don't have that luxury.
Yeah. I like this song that says, me gusta la fuerza que tu cuerpo tiene para conseguir lo que tuvo y que quiere. Mujer consecuente, ahora y siempre, hasta la final. Oh, I love that song. So, like, you have, like, the power is here.
Yes, and here.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that can help you, like, with goals is, like, writing journal of things. And I like this one because when I do it, I write things, like, I love writing. And then when I go back to those journals, like, it's a mess. Like, it doesn't have to be pretty. But I go and put the dates. Because that helps. So when I go and I check, no, like, it was like 6 months ago, and I read, like, I was going through it, like, oh wow, I was feeling like this way, and I'm not feeling like that anymore. And it wasn't that big of a deal, but, like, I was writing it out, like, girl, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So that helps me to focus in the present, like, that helps me, like, seeing, like, I'm doing better. That helps me a lot. Like, that helps you, like, to the goals, like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. Like, I set this goal and I left it. I should, like, pick up. Right?
Definitely. It helps remind you of things that you set for yourself, or, like, even as simple as, like, how you were feeling and what you're feeling now, and how God kind of helped you through that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Another one that I really like is, like, find a meaning and joy in the work that you do. I really love that one. Like, whatever you're doing, make it the best, make it a good job. And I want to say this one, mi mamá siempre me ha dicho, y ella lo practica mucho, and I can see it. Ella siempre me ha dicho, haz las cosas como si las estuvieras haciendo para Dios. So in my job, like, if you work at a restaurant, imagine God coming to your restaurant. What would you do?
Imagine serving God.
Imagine, like, literally. That's how you're supposed to do your job in this earth. Like, you're doing it for God. And that has helped me so much, even with the minimum things. I'm not that organized. I'm clean, but I'm not organized. That's funny. Like, how can you be clean and not organized?
Yeah, you can be messy but clean.
That's me. So I'm getting a little bit better and organized because I keep thinking, like, God, he's watching me. I wanna show him.
I wanna please him.
I wanna show him, like, you can give me whatever you think it is for me, because look what I'm doing, what I already have. Like, this little room, my little desk.
Stewardship. That's stewardship.
Yeah.
So moving into a similar but not so similar direction, like when we aspire for things to have meaning, I think that's in our power. Like, rather than a certain milestone being like the end all be all, like the perfect dream goal that we want, why don't we strive to, like, be kind instead of, having this house at this age, or like getting this car. So, like, remove that need of, like, physical materials to make you happy. I feel like this is something that is a biblical characteristic, right? Like, to just serve. Like, that should be our goal.
Our goal
is to just continue to serve. Use the gifts that God has given us to help others. Because when you pass away, people aren't going to remember you for the things that you had. Mm-hmm. It's going to be for how you treated people.
Yeah, and how they felt when they were with you.
Right. That's what you should be working on always and striving to be better at. Because materials, I mean, it says that they're gonna wither, they're gonna fall, they're gonna die, they're gonna burn. Like, that's not gonna take us to heaven.
Exactly. Right?
So
it's what you have in your heart and your mind.
God knows the heart. Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And also, this is kind of similar and different, and it's like learn how to live within your means. Um, so what I understand about this is whoever you are in poverty is the same person in wellness.
Love.
Whoever you are with less is the same person that's gonna be with more. So if you are not able to be happy or be like administrate your money, the place that you have, like I already said, like I said at the space, you have your little desk. Like if with whatever you have, it doesn't matter if it's small or poquito, si es solo un chin, dices de algo. But if you make it great and look good, and then about money, like whatever amount, if you feel is not enough, but if you like work it through, like if you set goals, set expectation, like this money is for this money is for that. So when you have more money, more space, you're gonna do better.
Exactly.
Like because if you don't have control over your stuff, over your money, over whatever you have, you're gonna do worse when you have more because you're gonna waste. You're gonna waste money. You're gonna waste space. It's gonna be a mess. So try to be the person that you wanna be now.
Right.
Because that's the same person that is gonna act when you have more.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Like there's not gonna be doors that are gonna be open to you unless you can act. You know how to act with the door that you have open now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about goals, like if you set small goals and you make them and then you follow through and make them, when you have more money, you're gonna make it too.
Exactly. Yeah. Start small.
Start small.
Start small. So this one is kind of varying on the person. So it's letting us know that the most important thing should be in the morning, but this depends on when you're most like active, like mentally, right? So, for me, like I like to do physical things in the morning, but like when it comes to like work and like online stuff, I'm better in the afternoon and in the evening. So yeah, this one depends, and it's just good to do this when you have the most energy, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever goal you're going after, or whatever work you have. So yeah, so moving my body is important to me, so that's something that I like to do in the morning. My mind is clear. I'm just ready to go, and it sets the tone for the rest of the day. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, the book says like the things are better to do in the morning, but it depends on you.
Exactly.
And what type of person are you.
Yeah.
So she's better doing exercise in the morning, and then she's better doing like her work in the afternoon. And that works for her. Like analyze what works for you. Right. For me, it's same. The gym has to be the first thing because if I do it in the afternoon, I'm gonna be so tired. I just wanna lay in bed. I just wanna eat. I just wanna relax. And then if I have to go to the gym, I'm gonna get in a bad mood. And
it's gonna feel like a chore, like you're forced to do it. It's not gonna be enjoyable.
Yeah. Exactly. So like do whatever works for you, but like set a time and do it. That the point is to do it. Analyze when it's better. When it's better for you to do it. And also don't pace yourself at everything you do. Like take deep breath. Whatever you do, like, oh, I gotta do this and then I gotta run here and then you're not enjoying. Like if you have just example 30 minutes at the gym, then do like I have to do the most in this 30 minutes. Like do 30 minutes of something more relaxed, because that's you need to enjoy it for it to be able to have like
you're not in the moment. You're not receiving what you're trying to do.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're not receiving what you're trying to do. Talking, for example, a book. I have like my goal is to read 50 books this year. Like, and then you're trying to. That's unrealistic. For me, talking for me. So if I set that goal and I don't make it, I'm just gonna like rush and try to read as much as I can, and I'm not enjoying the book. Yeah. But if I say like, if I read this book and I take my time and enjoy, and I'm like, maybe I'll finish really fast and then I can jump to the next one. But I did enjoy the first one, and I learned from the first one, and it was it's better like that, like to pace yourself. And also, yeah, be mindful, be in the present, be intentional. Also, when you share with your friends, with your family. And I have an example of this that happened to me. It's not happening anymore because I already switched my brain. But like I used to, like, when you go to the subway and then the first thing that you see at the entrance is like a screen saying like, oh, the next train is in 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So the, like, for me to go from the entrance to the actual train is like around 2 minutes. So if I see in the screen there is 1 minute away, that means I'm not gonna make it. But I'm gonna, like, I used to force it. Like I will see like 1 minute is like run. I will run. I will go down the stairs. Like there's so many stairs. Like I don't know how I never fell in there.
Like busted something.
That's crazy. And then I will go run. And then when I get to the train, the doors close in front of my face. And then I'm feeling mad. I ruined my day. I'm sweaty. And I was like, ugh. Girl, that wasn't your train. Take the next one. Take the train. Like, or if you're late, wake up 5 minutes earlier.
Set timers.
Set timers. Like stop running. So now I'm like kind of enjoying. Like I am leaving 10-15 minutes earlier. So I get to work. I see the 1 minute. Like, okay, bye. Good luck. I'll wait for the 5 minutes of the next train.
Yeah.
So like
it wasn't your train. I like that it wasn't mine.
It wasn't my train. That's not your train. And you're not sweating and you're not mad. And then when you're at the station, you're already there when the train comes. You don't have to run and chase a train.
Exactly.
You were already
there. Todo con calma.
Exactly. And another one that I want to mention is like people take this for granted, and it's their mom. Like if you have your mom, you're so lucky. And if you don't,
or your dad too,
or your dad, or whoever is in charge of you, like whoever raised you, your grandma, your aunt, like be grateful, call them. They did a lot. Like I'd go by and I was like, my mom is like,
oh my gosh,
she's wonderful.
Yes,
they are.
They like, sacrifice so much.
Go like whenever, like today that you go to your house, like hug her.
She doesn't like hugs, but okay.
Do it. You never know when is the last.
Oh my god. One. Okay, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then this is the end of part 1.
And then that's it. Bing bing. Yeah, that was a lot of information, guys. I'm thankful for just being able to express all of those things. I think a lot of them, if they help you, let us know.
Also, if you wanna go deeper on it, like this is the book.
Yeah, go get it. From BRIANNA WIEST.
That's how you pronounce it?
Wiest.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're gonna keep talking about this on part 2.
So we're gonna start right off the bat with things your 20s are too short for. So stick around next episode to know what it is.
And remember that we don't talk about things that we haven't experienced.
No tenemos verdad absoluta, and it's okay to disagree with us.
Y que Dios los bendiga.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye.
See you in part 2.
See you in part 2. You think it looks okay? Okay. And we're back.
Should we put something to record it? We can put my phone.
Oh yeah. Please, I'm using mine. Ay, pero suena mucho.
Esto, ¿verdad?
Yeah. Didn't it come with like algo que there's something that you can snap? De todo. Junto. Okay. Yeah, that's better.
Ojalá se viera como rosadito.
Yeah. Wait, you talking about the lights that were used to be there? Or?
I also can move that one because that one works all the way up here.
Bueno, no se va a notar mucho porque it's bright.
But I wish this one will look pink there.
It looks a little bit more pink. I think it's a little low.
Okay. ¿Recuerdas todo lo que hay que decir? Who is...
What's going on?
Somebody's... Tengo miedo. I thought it was a ghost.
No, it's porque yo tengo I had this on.
I know, but I was like, who is like...
Hello, salon. Good night. One word is bright.
Look pink.
Bueno,
¿Recuerdas lo que hay que decir al principio?
Yeah.
Okay.
En un mundo lleno de un montón de información, we wish to share our truth with you as two willing personas and over.
Bueno, yo creo que hablar mucho de nuestra experiencia we were able to join us.
Okay. I'm ready.
Is that where you at?
I'm ready for emotion. We're ready for emotion. We're ready for emotion.
Put some lipstick on. We're gonna start a new channel.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, that looks good.
Sounds good, right? With your nails here in the front. I like
it. Okay. 1, 2, 3.